Good morning, guys. Let's see, show you how it looks down here sometimes. Sometimes it's so foggy. You can hear the geese down there, but you can't come close to seeing anything. Hey, you. Good morning, beautiful. Come here. This one's been getting me up so early, and I've been waking up before the sun rises now. I guess that's good, but as you can see, I'm still in my jammies, so I'm not super motivated. We got crows down there now. Isn't it crazy to think that there's a big ridge over there and the river and everything, you can't see a thing. All of the plants really enjoyed the rain. Ooh. Yes, I need to get these in the ground. They're all growing together. Not very good plant ownership. I bought those thinking that I was going to get them in the ground a little sooner. Now on the bright spot, look at these morning glories. They are just amazing. The basil gets the big plant award so far. Now that this table project is wrapping up today, I can move on to some other things. Look at what my compost looks like. It is so rich and beautiful. I put it around this one bush that I was having a little problem with it sprigging up. It doesn't look as beautiful as I would think. So maybe I put down some compost so it'll get the nutrients and hopefully shade its roots a little bit. I used a postal digger to dig that spot, and then I also put some around my banana plant. Do you have banana plants? Look at this guy. It's really interesting how they kind of get in here and see. This is a leaf, and it's going to come out and it's going to open up. I don't know what you're supposed to do with these plants. Kind of feel like I should help unwind it, but it's not really. I don't know. And I just think I'll just leave it alone and let it come out. If anybody knows how to maintain these brand new banana plants, let me know. Got this from my friend Danny. He says I can come and get a few more. They will, I guess, sprout like kind of like a pod that will create a new banana plant. So I'm looking forward to that. Now look at what happened to this Harbor Freight deal. Surprisingly enough, it fell in a way that whatever things I had in there that I would wish to keep dry, which wasn't a whole lot, stayed dry, strangely. But the roof, the only thing I can guess is that the roof took on water. I wish that it would have had some slats or something to kind of not bubble in. So I'm gonna have to figure out something with that today. Somebody had asked if I fill up rain containers. I have one rain barrel so far, but I also have these guys. You know, when you're living like this and you don't really know. Gosh, what's up with the spider webs? They're beautiful, but man, some spider was really busy. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but this guy crossed up all of my stuff. So just enjoying a beautiful morning and noticing things. Look at that. Boy, that's intricate. I don't mind spiders as long as they're not big old nasty scary ones, and I don't usually kill them unless they're inside. So I got my polyurethane on the table last night and got it dried with my fan. And keep in mind, this is the bottom, okay? So I didn't sand this as well as I could have. I didn't want to take a whole lot of time, but I did stain it, and I coated it with polyurethane yesterday, and I think it's going to turn out good. I'm going to turn it over. I really debated a few times about how best to get this done. The bottom isn't stained, and I'm even wondering after I've done this side if I might want to sand it a little bit more, but I think I'm just going to pull the pin and just stop sanding this stupid table. So I'm going to place this on there, and I need to pre-drill some screw holes this way so that the table can be attached. And I'm going to try to do a really good job staining and putting in a couple coats of polyurethane. I'm only going to do one on this. But you can see kind of like I didn't get the glue out of the cracks on this underside. It kind of popped up. I actually don't mind it. I think it looks kind of neat. I mean, you're never going to see this side of the table at all, and some people don't even fully sand, or don't fully whoa, obviously I haven't had coffee yet. I'm having a hard time putting my words together. This is usually just about the right amount of coffee for me in the morning. If I wake up early enough to drink coffee and enjoy it. I love these Folgers containers. I know you guys are going to make fun of me for drinking cheap coffee, but I like Folgers. And I'm trying to walk away without my coffee cup, without my coffee container. You can see me in my full-on stupid mode. I call that what I have before I have my coffee. So now I can sit and wait for the coffee. I am really excited to have this table done. Not only so I can move on to something else, but I can pick up this porch. I made such a mess. So yeah, I'm looking forward to picking up my porch. The other thing that I guess that I'm also looking forward to is finishing up this deck and reburning everything and locking it down with polyurethane or whatever I bought. I'm looking forward to just having this area all nice. But I am happy that, it's funny how I was giving myself a hard time about having most of my tools over here, and then that Harbor Freight thing collapsed. So I guess it's lucky for me that I have this area. I'm gonna have my tools. I'm gonna square that away, hopefully get a neighbor to come over and help me do some of the heavy lifting with this table, and then help me, you know, get that thing back together. But I think that looking at everybody's comments and trying to get my thoughts in order, I think that I am going to move on to doing a shop here really soon. I need to look at my drawings again. Initially, before, I don't know, I was planning on building a shop before I even moved over here, and I was thinking about a 12 by 20 with an overhang. I don't know that a 12 by 20 is going to be big enough, but I just need to kind of look at it. I can't imagine having, you know, full-on shop with tables and all my tools and being able to accumulate other things and keeping them dry and having a place to work. It's something I really need. So that is a direction I'm headed here pretty soon. I need to drop some plans and take a look at it. But I've built up that area over there before the well was done. I had my friend Larry bring a few loads of dirt and level things out up there for the barn and for the workshop. So looks like I might just be starting on a workshop. So that would be really cool. Some of the other stuff that I'm looking at now, I'm still trying to get to, but you see, like, you know, I'm finishing up the table, but now I have all this stuff I gotta fix. So I'm gonna move on to my flower bed, and I'm cutting this view. I don't think it's going to take that long to cut the trees, and I've done maintenance on all my saws and everything's sharp and running good, so I'm going to get to that. I don't even know what day it is today. I really don't know what time it is. I don't know I don't know how long it's been since I've left the property. Somebody asked me if I was trying to seclude myself. I mean, I don't think, not more than anybody else is really trying to seclude themselves during this coronavirus, but I mean, I am really happy to just be by myself. I'm really trying to think. I think today might be Wednesday or Thursday or something, and I bet you it was Thursday of last week. I think that I took my boat. I think I took my boat to get some fuel. I'm trying to remember when I left last. So I think that's when I left the property. Now I leave the property with a four-wheeler. Longest coffee drink in history. I leave the property with a four-wheeler every day, usually a couple times a day, taking Delta on a ride, and that's cool. But yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't leave here hardly at all. I never thought that I would be in an area where I was so content. I'm not gonna say I'm like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs content, but I am happy. I have everything that I need, and I just love this place. And I get to see my friends when I want to, and otherwise we get to spend our time out here, and it is a blessing. It is a blessing from God that I have this property, and honestly, it's a blessing that I can talk to you guys. I remember I started doing videos when I felt a little more lonely, and I was really trying to fill up some of my time. So, you know, it was something interesting to do during the day, holding a camera and, you know, trying to find things that were interesting for you to see. And then I put out these videos, just kind of like message in a bottle type of things, thinking that nobody would really see them nobody's really going to watch them. And it turns out I've got a few hundred, really, I would say, hardcore followers now, and I really appreciate it. It's so cool getting to know you guys. There was a gentleman that commented that he was from Canada, and another one that he was from the Netherlands. And I just think that's so amazing that people would watch me from so far off, and hopefully I'm giving you something that is interesting. And I appreciate all the comments and, just getting to know you. I try to answer all the comments. So I would love to hear from you, know where you are, and know what's going on. I'm starting to recognize a lot of the names, and I'm starting to get some good advice. I think that I'm just hearing from kind people is a really nice thing. And the videos, I'm getting a little better at editing. I don't know that the videos are coming out any better, but I would like to. I downloaded some new music, so that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna, try my hand at doing some little tricks on editing. Eventually, I'd like to be able to afford some good camera gear. I used to have a large Canon DSLR camera and a bunch of really fancy professional lenses, but all that was stolen when I was in Peru. It was crazy, I was in Peru and I spent most of my time in the jungle with the indigenous people. I mean, way out. There was no law there. There was no communication with the outside world, no satellite phone, no internet, no nothing. And I was in some really dicey areas, and I never had any issues at all with my safety or with any of my things. And then I went to Lima. I had my translator lived in Lima, and I stayed with him for a few weeks and his family. And Lima is a coastal city, but they had never been to the ocean. So I had a rental car, and I took my translator, Leaky, and his family to the beach, Miraflores, in Lima, and kind of like the rich white person beach. And my backpack got stolen. What a story. I guess I can go ahead and tell you. Have you ever thought, what would it be like to be in a completely foreign country and not have any identification? Yeah, I was super smart. That backpack of mine contained my passport and my wallet and my everything, and even the car keys to the rental car, for gosh sake. So we had to straighten it out little by little. But my flight was the next day. So needless to say, I had to extend my stay there in Peru for a couple days. And I had to show up at a U.S. embassy with a question mark on my face and no identification. You want to talk about being uneasy. You kind of think, well, what's going to happen? How will they know me? It's funny. They didn't ask me any. They put me in a room with a intelligence officer. They didn't ask me any questions. They just looked at me and they said, "You got yourself in some fix, didn't you?" And I said, "Yep." So they gave me a passport. They issued me a passport the next day, and I could leave the country. And I never felt like I belonged more. It was so amazing to finally have identification. And then I got to come back to the United States and, go to the military base to get my ID, and the DMV and all the banks or the credit cards. That was a big hassle, but I felt really happy to be able to leave the country. And I know that a lot of people have gotten stranded, and sorry, I'm being distracted. I'm watching a black crow fly through the soupy fog, and I could just barely make it out. It's pretty cool. That crow is pretty brave, if you ask me. But I just remember feeling really, really proud to be an American and have my identity back. And I felt that it was pretty cool that they knew exactly who I was. They didn't take my fingerprint. I don't know. they probably got facial recognition stuff, but I mean, what a sad story. You know, poor American shows up, you know, with dirty clothes, no money. What a time. What a time. But anyway, so all that was to say that I used to have amazing camera gear and I don't anymore. So I'm going to start saving up for it. And I'm a photographer. So believe it or not, I do really good photography. You wouldn't know from this GoPro deal, but I've been trained. So I'm looking forward to getting that, and then, you know, getting a good Rode mic, you know, that'll improve the sound quality, and being able to zoom. I mean, I could zoom up on this cute dog over here. And, like, everything's prettier with a nicer camera. What words of wisdom do you have? Do you have any words of wisdom for anybody? Come here. What do you got to say? What do you got to say, Shepherd? Do you have anything to say about anything? I guess you just have your toy. Anyway, so I know that everybody thanks me for having this channel, but I think it's you guys that are really doing me the service. Give me some mental health time to be able to talk, because I feel less crazy when I'm talking to a camera than I do when I'm just talking to myself or I'm talking to my dog. So I hope everybody is going to have an amazing day and make it a great one. I hope the Lord blesses you, and I know He sure does me. So if He wills it, I will finish this table today and get to work on some of these other things. Thanks for being here.